Hey everyone, Lance here from Epics'N'Stuffs, and I'm back with a very quick video regarding painting handles, so let's get to it. You may notice in camera I have pretty large hands, so holding a very tiny miniature and painting that can be pretty excruciating. So to combat this and make life easier, I utilise painting handles. I purchased these ones on the right from Games Workshop around about 6 years ago now. And they've not seen much use because I've not been painting long. They've been pretty good for the most part. I have made a couple of modifications which I'll show momentarily. And on the left I've purchased myself the latest Citadel painting handles. So in this episode we're going to compare and contrast and see whether or not the new handles are better than the old handles as standard, and whether or not they're better than the old handles with the modifications I've done. So let's get to it. First things first, I need to unbox the new handles. Okay, starting with the small painting handle. This box is tiny. It's a lot smaller than I expected, but we'll pop it open, see what it looks like. So there it is, nice and simple. It tells you on the side what size bases it's good for. So 32mm, 25, 28.5 and 40. And essentially it uses a similar mechanism to the first painting handle. Doesn't feel as strong out of the box, but there it is. Okay, moving over now to the large handle. Let's use a craft knife to get this open. Okay, same deal, pretty simple. That mechanism feels a bit more fluid. The large painting handle is good for bases 50 up to 130, so can go pretty large. So here they are laid out in their standard forms on the table. On the left you have the Mark IIs, and on the right you have the Mark I's, the older model. Let's do a quick pickup test. So this is the small Mark II and the small Mark I. I've got to say off the bat, the Mark II, or the small one, does feel a lot cheaper than the Mark I. The Mark I is girthier when you can compare their diameters, but it's slightly shorter. I guess you're meant to hold this almost like a wine glass. For me and my larger hands, the Mark I does feel a bit better in the hand. It feels higher quality off the bat, a bit sturdier, but because of its girth it does feel better in the hand. So the Mark I is no longer available. The Mark II small goes for around about £6 to £10. I think I paid £6 or £7 for it, so it is quite cheap. You could have multiple of these, all with miniatures on, if you were doing a set rather than you having to swap miniatures out, for example. And the Mark I's, both of them are discontinued now, so you'll only be able to find them on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, something like that. The Mark II XL. So this feels very good in the hand. The base is taller than the small. Girth is the same, but the larger handle itself and this mechanism here to attach bases to means you can kind of hold it like you would do a gun, and you can get quite stable with that. I feel you can rest your palm here, get yourself in. That feels really good. Comparing that to the large version of the Mark 1. This feels very, very similar to the small Mark 1 because there's no added height. So out the box, this is okay because you can still rest your hand on it like you would like a pistol grip almost. But, you know, I'm losing grip there with my ring finger and pinky. It's better than nothing. But I think out of the box, if you were just looking at standard paint holders, I think the Mark II XL is actually the better buy. This, again, is only £10 to £15, so it's pretty cheap. It's half the price when you compare it to other brands. And it's the official Citadel holder. This feels really good in the hand. Now, as you saw at the beginning of the video, I don't use these as standard like so. There's one massive advantage to the Mark I over the Mark II, and I'll show you. The base can detach from the top, revealing a quarter thread. Now, if you're familiar with digital cameras or mounts, you'll know that a lot of ball heads that you attach phones and cameras to are quarter thread. So you can attach it like so. And now the Mark I small is as tall as the Mark II XL, meaning you can hold it like a pistol again. You can rest your finger on the screw, and the larger girth of the handle, for me anyway, given my hands, feels a lot better. The added benefit of this ball joint is you can unscrew it and get yourself in some pretty funky combinations. So I can rest my palm in the divot there. You know, if I've got a very awkward model, I can move this around, rotate it, get under it in tight spaces. So just having that quarter thread opens up a plethora of possibilities. You're not limited by this particular ball joint neither. You can add different ones, taller ones, wider ones. You can even add different heads. So for example, this type of mechanism you can get for mobile phones, wide ones as well. So with a quarter thread, you can add that on top of the ball joint and get yourself a very large clamp, which can be great for massive models. So in this instance, just using what I've got here as an example, this ball joint here with the large head from the original model feels really heavy, very, very nice in the hand. And I can use it stood up like this if I want. It's weighted, so if I have a large model, I can have it lay on the table and paint. But if I really wanted to, again, if the clamp is good enough that you're working with, I can reposition this, turn it, rotate it, you know, get into some pretty weird combinations like I've just mentioned. So not only does it work well in the hand, it means I have a range of possibilities to add something on top. You know, this might be limited by, you know, the size of this. It can go to 100 millimeters. Well, I can get one that can go to 130, pop that on top, and I can pop a massive model on here. It's sturdy enough to sit like this, but then if I want to, I can pick it up on the handle, right? And the model won't go anywhere. So, despite me saying out of the box I would get the Mark II XL, if you have the original Mark Is, I would not bother with any of these. I would just get myself a £10 or cheaper ball joint and try playing with the Mark I to see if you can get a better combination or a better setup. So for me, these are like the best that I could recommend for now. This just feels natural in the hand, not uncomfortable at all. So that's a quick look at the Mark II updated Citadel paint holder versus the Mark Is. Again, Mark Is are discontinued now. You can grab them from places like eBay, Facebook Marketplace. They even do a nifty red one as well. In combination with a ball joint, your possibilities are endless. That quarter thread has a lot of mileage in it. As for the Mark IIs, the small one for me is not a great paint holder. It's very cheap. I would recommend this over something like cork or one of the 3D printed ones, because it does feel okay in the hand, nice and smooth, but it's just a bit small for my liking. The Mark II XL actually feels quite good. It has some heft to it and does feel okay in the hand. Finally, you might ask, why have you got so many paint holders or 4 paint holders? The reason being is I've been painting a couple of models recently with a shared colour scheme, and in this instance I just wanted to be able to pick up a handle with the model already on it and paint it live. You can get other handles from different manufacturers like Redgrass Games that have interchangeable tops. That's all well and good. This, for me, given that I can store them on my rack, feels just a bit neater because I can just pick and grab rather than having to unscrew and do that. Anywho, that is this video in the bag. Do you have the Mark I holder? Is this beneficial in any way, shape or form? Have you tried this? Let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. As for people who own the Mark II, what do you think of the Mark II holder? Do you own the small one? Do people like this? I'd like to know people's opinions. Just before you go, if you're a fan of 3D printing and you happen to own a printer, jump over to our Patreon. You can join as a free member, and there's plenty of D&D and pop culture orientated free STL files on there, made by yours truly. For example, I've recently been painting this waddling fire mage on stream. He's free. Jump over there, join as a free member, download yourself plenty of free files. If you're feeling generous, any support goes a long way. And if you want to sell the 3D prints of your models, there are tiers available to do so. But yeah, that's it. If you found this video useful in any way, shape or form, give it a like. A subscribe to the channel also helps massively given our size. Okay, that's it. Thanks again. Take care. See you soon.